We're at the Around the Bay bib pickup. It's looking like it's going to be a cold and wet 30K tomorrow. This is week 16 of the vlog. Sunday morning, just after 7, we're heading to Hamilton for Around the Bay. It's looking like the rain could potentially hold off, so that would be really great. Lisa, what's your goal for the day?
To run well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of time goal?
2:10.
2:10. And so I'm hoping to run under 2 hours, and I want to negative split the second half. Feel good too. Legs feel good, and we're ready to run.
Coming through 109. Thank you, Justin.
Home after Around the Bay, got my legs up, recovering in some new, kind of like the Normatec boots. They're called Air Relax boots that are giving a try. So that's them. Hopefully they'll help my legs spring back to life. Had a really good race at Around the Bay. After the disappointment in Surf City, especially in the last like 8 to 10K of that race, got some advice from a friend of mine, Dan McKinnon. He's a really good runner out in Durham, and he had let me know that in that race I'd really kind of lost the race in the first 5 to 10K because I'd went out too strong. So something that he'd advised me to try and do here at Around the Bay is to make sure that I cross the first 10K, which is also probably the easiest 10K of the race, in over 40 minutes. So I'd be slower than 4 minutes per kilometer through the first 40 minutes, and then pick it up from there. And the next 10K is relatively flat, and then the final 10K is net uphill with quite a bit. It's really hilly, so you have to have a lot left in your legs, and you have to have a lot of confidence in your ability to make back up that time, because I did fully expect that I would be able to run under 4 minutes a kilometer for the entire race, but by giving up that much time in the easier bits, definitely have to be able to run strong in the latter stages. So through the first 10K of the race, it was kind of odd to actually be looking down at my watch to make sure that I was going slow enough. So usually I'd be looking at my watch to make sure that I was holding my pace, but in this case I actually needed to make sure that I was running slow enough so that I would cross 10K in about 40-30. So lots of people ran by me in the early stages, and I was okay with that because it was the plan that I was going to stick to. And then once 10K hit, that's when I started to pick it up, and wasn't really looking at my watch. I was more gauging my effort by my feel, but I think that I started running closer to I think I was like 350 to 355 per kilometer through relatively flat section, and I started reeling in all the runners that were in front of me. So from the 10K mark on in the race, nobody actually ran past me, which was something that I was quite proud of, that I was able to run strong. And in the final 10K, where it gets really hilly and there's a couple really big hills, I was really able to reel in a number of the people who were quite a ways up the road from me, and I felt really strong. It's still the final 5K or so, it still really hurt. It was still a lot of work, but it was instead of feeling like I was just in pain and constantly losing time, I still felt really strong while I was running. So it was a race that I'm really happy with, that I executed really well, and that I'm definitely proud of.
My goal was sub 2:10. I went out, I guess around that pace, I have no idea. Around 17K where the hill started, I picked it up a bit and felt good up until the final downhill and uphill. My legs started to bother me, so I eased off a bit and then picked it back up the last 3.5 kilometers and came in just shy of 2:07, which is a great run for me. My leg held up and I'm happy with that.
I'm going to continue lying here for probably the next half an hour with my legs in these boots to hopefully bring my legs back to life. If you have any questions, feel free to send them my way. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.